This lawsuit between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively is making me so uncomfortable. I mean, look at this headline. Justin Baldoni, sexy chats with Blake came from intimacy coach, claims she skipped meeting. Welcome back to the Sloan Show, where we go through a bunch of different topics. And it just seems like I cannot escape this lawsuit. Justin Baldoni dropping a sex talk bombshell and his legal war with Blake Lively, revealing notes from crucial meeting about the "it ends with us" sex scenes, meetings that he claims Blake refused to attend. Which is rich because she's now complaining about harassment, yet she wasn't doing the proper measures to make sure there was no such thing or that everyone was comfortable. So as you guys know, Justin released his website, the law info, I think it's the lawsuitinfo.com, where he included 2 documents, an amended complaint and a timeline of events, and he came with his receipts. His legal team points to the metadata in the New York Times article, claiming that there was some information within this data that shows that the New York Times had been working on this piece for months. Now, this really helps Justin's case because it shows that there was intent to defame, that they had been working with Blake behind the scenes until her lawsuit came out to go and release this article. So they knew what was happening and they salaciously participated. In one text said to be sent on April 8th, 2023, in the now infamous rooftop scene, it looks like Blake was allegedly writing to Justin Baldoni, "I can send you my pass at the roof or just read with you when we get together next week." The text continued, "Let me know what you prefer. If you knew me in person longer, you'd have a sense of how flirty and yummy the ball busting would play. It's my love language, spicy and playful, bold, never with teeth." Ew. She continued, "And him serving it back to her is just as important. You don't usually see both the man and the woman with such agency and humor. Anyway, I can act it out for you next week to make sure it comes through, or I can send it now. Let me know what you prefer." In another series of screenshots, Justin is talking to Ryan Reynolds. In February 2023, the screenshots show Justin introducing himself to Ryan, with Ryan then allegedly responding with a lengthy message full of praise and excitement for this movie. Quote, "I'm so excited for you guys to work together. I'm excited for Blake to crack open her creative piggy bank with someone as dynamic as you. This is going to be incredible," in all caps. Now, it is quite incredible when you look at the lawsuit in the aftermath of this movie. The documents detailed the director's April 21st, 2023 meeting with the intimacy coordinator, who was a woman, to discuss how best to shoot the film's moments. In his notes, Justin says it was important to have a female coordinator to craft the sex scenes because it means that it ends with us fans are predominantly women. In his notes, Justin says it was important to have a female coordinator because a lot of the fans who are going to be consuming this movie are female, so they wanted it to be written for the female gaze. And Justin went as far as to include his literal notes. So he's trying really hard to work on this case and to prove he was doing his due diligence. He wasn't trying to ever make her uncomfortable. The notes released on Saturday on Justin's website include X-rated language, like goes down on her, orgasm, foreplay, the clit test. Oh my gosh. But Justin does explain that all of these notes came from the intimacy coordinator, so it's not his own writing. Now, these notes that Justin has provided later became the basis for Blake's complaint, in which she states that Justin would talk about his own sex life and insert scenes with Blake's character orgasming. But as seen in these notes, these mentions actually come from the intimacy coordinator. So if she was there, she would have never said that Justin was a creep. It's the intimacy coordinator who's a creep, I guess, Blake, but she's really just doing what she's supposed to. And here are some of the text messages. Again, he is not holding back when it comes to the receipts. So Justin claims that Blake passed on the meeting. According to his amended lawsuit, quote, "Ideally, these conversations would have taken place directly between Blake and the intimacy coordinator, as Justin requested. However, Blake declined to meet with her." Remember, Blake is suing Justin for sexual harassment, but he's claiming the sexy conversations he had with his co-star were merely him sharing the intimacy coordinator's notes. So it's interesting she's switching up like this. Interestingly, the phrases from the intimacy coordinator meeting are also the same ones included in Blake's lawsuit. So again, it's not Justin's fault. So imagine this. You're out grabbing a coffee, maybe running a quick errand, and then out of nowhere, bam, you're in a car accident and now you've got medical bills adding up like a bad to-do list. And no surprise, the insurance company is giving you the runaround. It's like, really, can I catch a break? Sadly, this happens way too often. You've got these firms that promise you the world and leave you buried in paperwork and stuck with those low ball settlements. That's not right, but it doesn't have to be be your story. Enter Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. These guys are like the Avengers of legal help. With over 1,000 attorneys and offices in each state, they've got the muscle to take on big insurance companies and fight for you. And let me tell you, they don't mess around. Just this year, they locked in a $26 million settlement in Philly, 40 times the insurance offer. So clearly Morgan & Morgan is the firm you want fighting for you. Plus, it's super easy, no appointments, no stuffy meetings. You could submit everything they need right on your phone, and it doesn't cost you a dime unless you win. So if you've been injured or you know somebody, don't wait. You can go to forthepeople.com/Sloan, or you could check out my link in the description below. Remember, it's all free unless you win. Morgan & Morgan has your back because they're for the people. Thank you for sponsoring this video and enjoy. We also have that kissing scene in May 2023, where Blake then claims that she was harassed, but when we looked at that video footage, it didn't look like harassment to me. In the sequence, Blake pulls Justin Baldoni in to kiss her. It's clear Blake was initiating the kissing. In one take, she pulls Justin in and kisses him once, and another, she does it twice, and there was a number of kisses during the scene, whatever necessary. Contrary to Blake's complaint, there was no inappropriate or improvised kissing on set. Everything that was improvised was done on her own accord. And as we all saw in that footage, Justin Baldoni wasn't harassing her by any means. And I'm really interested to see how this plays out with the New York Times, because it is a celebrity who's going after a major entity for doing something, in my opinion, very wrong. They didn't vet their story or get to the truth. They clearly don't care about reporting on the truth, huh? It looks like this article was actually in development as early as October 31st, 2024, Halloween. So Blake's team started working with their New York Times connections to create this story and this narrative that they're probably going to regret.
So you're telling me that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are the ones that wrote up an apology that they then wanted Justin Baldoni to issue to the public? I'm actually not joking, guys. This is part of the amended lawsuit.
Now, of course, Blake Lively is feeling the heat, and people on social media are not letting this story die down. Blake Lively has been targeted with a massive troll campaign amid her legal battle with Justin Baldoni. A source with knowledge tells TMZ that Blake had no idea that she had been targeted with the smut, and now it's gone. Her security settings have been updated. Now, it looks like what happened was that her Instagram was targeted and it was filled with PORN, inappropriate content, adult content all over her page.
Blake Lively needs a full staff reset at this point. Do me a favor and go look at her IG in the tagged photos department. So all night there have been repeated spam accounts who are posting not safe for work images and tagging her in it. It's like a blitz. There are more accounts than she could ever block. This is definitely going to lead to her IG being locked down, which it should have been. Why is anyone allowed to tag her on IG? That's just such a not thing you would do as a celebrity. Literally hundreds of these images of short video clips, and I guess we now know what less content monitoring looks like at Meta. But this is a PR nightmare and disaster. With her going through everything that she's going through, I cannot believe they did not lock up that Instagram account.
Daniel Roberts, Meta spokesperson, tells us, "This kind of online harassment is wrong and we condemn it. We are removing the content that violates our policies and will continue to monitor." It's hard to know who started the PORN posts or exactly when, but they began at some point this month. Hardly a coincidence amid her polarizing legal battle with Justin Baldoni. Oh gosh, and look at it. Look at the tagged. So her tagged has a bunch of really gross things. That is so nasty. I didn't even know that kind of content could live on Instagram. The dozens and dozens of PORN posts went under the radar because they were under the tagged section. That's where anyone, even stars, can be tagged in a photo. Seems like Blake, with her 45 million followers, didn't have her settings on right. Switching gears, because this is the Sloan Show, I want to talk about Wendy Williams, because she fires her attorney, which I think is a great move. I mean, shoot, at least she's able to go and fire her own attorney. Wendy wants out of her guardianship so desperately that she fired her attorney that she hoped would get her out. A source with direct knowledge tells TMZ that they fired Linda Redlinsky, who had been working as Wendy's court-appointed personal attorney. The source says that Wendy had asked Linda to file paperwork to get the ball rolling for a trial and to decide whether the guardianship was even necessary. We're told Wendy's pissed that it never happened, so she fired her. Good. As we've reported, Wendy is currently in a New York City assisted living facility, which she describes as a luxury prison. She's not able to receive incoming calls, she has no access to electronic devices, and She's got a smartphone, but she barely knows how to use it. Harvey Levin of TMZ and Charlemagne the God have spent considerable time speaking with Wendy in recent weeks, as she sounds pretty normal, articulate. It sounds like old Wendy to me. At least much better sounding than she sounded in that documentary we saw on A&E. Wendy said she wants to be able to go to Florida to celebrate her father's upcoming 94th birthday, and she's been trying so hard to make this happen that it breaks my heart to imagine that they're just not releasing her to go and see her dad. I mean, I'm sure her 94-year-old father would love to see her too.
Your dad is turning 94 in February, and he's up there in age. I know you want to go to Miami to see him and celebrate his birthday because you don't know how many more there are going to be.
Right, exactly.
That must be important for you.
It's extremely important to see my dad for his birthday.
To see Wendy's hand on the glass like a literal prisoner is so heartbreaking. And I would love to hear what she has to say about Tristan Thompson. I want to talk about that mess. He's recently received some backlash after calling Dream Kardashian his baby, and Blac Chyna wants to set the record straight. So Khloe Kardashian's baby daddy Tristan Thompson seems to be close to Dream Kardashian because I believe that his daughter True is very close to her cousin, which is why he felt inclined to call Dream his oldest daughter when he's not even like her uncle. I mean, he's never been married to Khloe Kardashian, and Blac Chyna does not like this, which I would feel the same way. Like, no, you are not the parent of my child. I think Dream has two present parents, and we don't know where Rob Kardashian's been, but I'm assuming he's at home with his kid since he's not doing anything else. So why is Tristan Thompson taking on this title?
Dreamy, I have two daughters, and their names are Dream is my oldest daughter, and True is the second oldest. Those are my two girls, and I miss you guys so much. I love you guys.
Not only is Blac Chyna calling him out, so is social media. This comment reads, claiming kids that aren't yours is weird, especially when you don't claim your actual children. Keep in mind that he's got children with other women that he's never even met before. Many online felt it was inappropriate for Tristan to claim Robert Kardashian's daughter as his own, especially because he isn't even blood related to her, not even dating Khloe Kardashian. So Blac Chyna, who welcomed Dream with her ex-fiance Rob in November 2016, said she's not happy about this. She wrote in a comment, Dream has one mother, Angela White, and one father, Robert Kardashian. I don't usually speak up, but I'm done. Stop all this clout chasing involving my daughter. As parents, we have a joint custody. We also have a beautiful and healthy co-parenting relationship. And honestly, it seems like Tristan is trying to mess that up. I mean, why does he need to go and comment? He has 3 other biological children he could be paying attention to, like his son Prince, that I don't even think he's ever met, and his other son Theo. And keep in mind, he also has Tatum, who he fathers with Khloe Kardashian. But it's no secret that Dream has an incredibly close bond with Khloe and True, regularly spending time at her home for sleepovers and other family events. So this isn't the first time that someone in their family has overstepped the boundaries. I'm not surprised. Switching gears to Selena Gomez, we talked about her crying recently, and it turns out the White House has responded to her. President Donald Trump's administration is calling out Selena Gomez for her reaction to the mass ICE arrests, saying that they have little empathy for those, that she has little empathy for those who are murdered by, they say, quote, illegal alien. Just to remind you guys what we're talking about, here's that clip of Selena Gomez.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children.
So as you guys can see, Selena is very emotional, and this government is messy, so they are happy to respond to her, especially because her video got so much traction, a lot of Google searches, so they felt like they needed to respond. And here is the response the White House put out on social media.
What about our children who were brutally murdered and beat to death?
I just want to say that I'm so sorry.
Seeing that video, it's hard to believe that it's actually genuine and real because she's an actress.
You don't know who you're crying for.
I just feel like it's a ruse to deceive people and to garner sympathy for lawlessness.
This comment reads that Selena is crying for the ones that are not criminals and getting ripped away from their families after starting lives here. Nobody is crying for criminals not to be deported. Another person writes, cyberbullying by the White House in 2025 is crazy work. Another comment reads, they're giving this more attention than the plane crashes. As we spoke about in a previous video, Selena Gomez feels very passionately about immigration, which makes sense why she's getting all choked up talking about this. But I do think it is pretty insane that our White House has the time to go and respond to her. Now it looks like Diddy has gotten out of jail. Don't get too excited yet, Puff Daddy, because he just went to the hospital for a knee injury. Maybe he's been getting along with his cellmates a little bit too well, if you know what I'm trying to say. But it looks like he was transported to a local hospital after claiming that his knee was bothering him, which I'm surprised he can go to a hospital just for that. Like, if it's not bleeding or broken, I don't think they're gonna let you out of there, but turns out he got out. Could you imagine if this was his way to plan an escape? Like, he got into the hospital, had someone there to pick him up, and then he just went out of the country? I could see it happening. Diddy did share in a since deleted Instagram post in 2017 that he had undergone his third knee surgery that year, so it seems like his knees have been weak for a while. The hospital visit allegedly took place hours after federal prosecutors filed a new criminal indictment against Diddy, accusing him of coercing 2 additional women into commercial sex acts. And I hope they get justice for that. This comment reads, trying to get some prescribed narcotics. He ain't slick. Another comment reads, his knees was cool when he was kicking Cassie around the hotel, which is so true. I mean, he could go and physically harm these women. I don't really care. I don't give a rat's ass about his bad knee. Finally, I want to mention there's a lot of concern when it comes to Bianca Censori and Kanye's control over her, especially after she showed up to the Grammys completely naked. Now, of course, we're not going to show anything here because I'm not trying to lose my YouTube channel, but she went to the Grammys red carpet, not actually invited to the awards show, to show off, I guess, her body. I mean, what else was that? Like I said on Instagram, I mean, what's going to happen next? She's just going to lay down on the red carpet and just spread them for everyone to see?
I've been worried about his wife, Bianca Censori, for a minute now. Her family has voiced concerns. Kanye West is a scary person. I didn't know he was still allowed at these things. Like, is this even legal?
The Grammys seemed so weird to me because we had Beyonce there, Taylor Swift there, Kanye was there lurking around the outside. And I'm sure Taylor Swift is confused because Kanye is following her on Instagram and only her. Now, I don't know if this is a trolling situation because we all know the history between Kanye and Taylor. So I would assume it is, unless he's trying to befriend her. But I feel like Taylor is not going to buy into that. Over on his X account, Kanye went off overnight about a lot of people and subjects, dropping posts about Kamala Harris, President Trump, Elon Musk, and The Weeknd's new album. Writing, Trump's back in office. Kanye's back to being a billionaire. The world might just be okay. He also wrote, I used to want to F Kamala Harris until she lost. I don't F losers anymore. He also writes, damn, just warming up. I'm rich. I can say whatever the F I want to. I do this for the broke me. Shout out to the broke me. This one's for you. The Democrats made me take the loser post down. No, I'm kidding. They don't control black people no more. Trump for life. Oh. He wrote, I risked my life to wear a red hat and then turned it black. He wrote, hey kids, Twitter is a great way to express yourself and to crash 3 companies at once. And he writes, the world is so lucky to have me. It does turn out that Bianca does own clothing because when they went out for the after party, she miraculously had a shirt on. And honestly, it was pretty much just a shirt, but we saw her out and dancing, singing to Adele, and partying with her man and a bunch of celebrities. It looks like it was an influencer party, Justin LaBoy's Sunday night party in Hollywood. And video footage shows Bianca licking Kanye, dancing around in her leotard, kind of looking stupid in my opinion. To me, it just reads next level desperation. And I do wonder, is she under control? I mean, could she get out of that relationship if she wanted to? I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching The Sloan Show. I'm currently in Florida, which is why my background looks different. But thank you for tuning in. Do you guys like this series? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.